Both of these players' matches have been back and forth so far, and a fifth and final game is going to decide who is winning this match. Again, get hyped because it's getting underway. This one is going to be a battle. SjoW versus JAB.
I had to believe there's a chance they just run it back as well.
SjoW gonna go to his comfort zone in Warrior, and JAB gonna go to his comfort zone in Hunter. Both of these guys are looking to their #1 decks in their performance to get the job done.
You could feel the tension in this match. You can feel the pressure on these players. No one wants to give an inch. No one wants to lose. SjoW's opening hand, not the greatest thing in the world, but he does have an Emperor Thorson. If he can kind of stave off this damage early and get that into play at somewhat of a stable life total, look for him to try to win the next turn.
Yeah, JAB's going to lead off with Mad Scientist here. Start the pressure early with Armor Smith.
Oh, what a draw here from SjoW. Great pickup.
It's a very strong draw right now. And the big story here is going to be, can he safely get to this Deathspite turn? Deathspite is going to check Animal Companion, so that's a sort of a sigh of relief for him. He needs that to not be Huffer. JAB picks up Hunter's Mark here.
How aggressive do you get here?
I mean, that's a tough call.
It represents so much life and so much annoyance to you to have this thing around.
I mean, this is a really tough call.
Yeah, you're going to see JAB dig deep here this turn. There's no way he's going to rush this play. He's going to take his time and really think about this one.
There's no way Haunted Creeper's not getting out of the board.
I have to believe you're getting a Hunter's Mark this turn.
This is about the best you're going to get from it. I'm curious.
Yeah, he probably knows this is Grim Patron Warrior as well. SjoW has not shown, Control Warrior, another great pickup for him here in Fiery War Axe as well.
A lot of pain going to be his play, though.
And this quick shot can take care of it if he wants to.
Well, Animal Companion is going to be the play for sure. I don't think there's any way he skips on Animal Companion.
Yeah, I agree.
All of his rolls are fantastic right now. Even Leok is good. Gets to trade that Mad Scientist in and push 2 points of damage. But SjoW, he's going to have Deathspite to answer this Leok.
He just picked up a Warsaw Commander too. There's one of the pieces of the puzzle going forward. Draws a Grim Patron. He's got another piece of the puzzle.
That is a massive swing right here. Honestly, I don't even think SjoW minds seeing something like Snake Trap in this spot. It's not going to be Snake Trap, so, I mean, very likely to be Freezing Trap.
Yeah, SjoW has Inner Rage, Grim Patron, Warsaw Commander, and Emperor Thorson. All of the pieces are almost there. We'll say this game could end very quickly for JAB going forward.
I mean, this is the big swing right now. How SjoW's going to play this turn 5. Honestly, I think you just load up the Grim Patrons and go for it. Yeah, that's exactly what he's going to do. Inner Rage. The fact that Haunted Creeper came out before this Deathspite means that the 1/1s are going to get swept away in this. And suddenly JAB, this is looking like dire straits for him. This went 0 power to 14 power on turn 5.
Yeah, this is a really, really bad spot for JAB going forward here. It's going to be very hard for him to get out of this. Also, this Freezing Trap's going to work against him. It's going to put another Grim Patron in SjoW's hand to where, say JAB somehow navigates his way through this and gets the late game, SjoW has an extra copy of Grim Patron to go off with again.
Not only that, but if JAB doesn't have a second secret in his deck, what ends up happening is he has to trade in this Mad Scientist for 0 value in this spot. Does get to take out a Grim Patron, but he's not getting a trap out of it, and that's why this card is so powerful.
Yeah, now, he does have an option this turn where he can trade Quick Shot, Kill Command, leave SjoW, 1 Grim Patron, and there's a Freezing Trap. Yeah, it sounds disgusting.
I think you're just committing too many resources. I don't know if he's going to win that way.
Yeah, do you just push then? Do you just Animal Companion and start going upstairs here? Well, how do you win?
You can't push this turn, I don't think, but you have to figure out a way to start getting things done. And honestly, to me, it looks like it starts with Animal Companion and hope you roll Misha. JAB trying to figure this one out, but this is a tough turn.
Running out of time here, too.
He's going to commit resources to this instead. I can't blame him whatsoever. It's such a brutal turn. I mean, look at his hand now. Does have a second secret though, so this is interesting now. SjoW, I mean, step 1 is attack with this Grim Patron and figure out what's going on.
Yeah, it seems like a great attack. Emperor Thorson turn.
Yeah, Freezing Trap. Turns the Grim Patron.
This game's got slowed down quite a bit.
Yeah, well, it's about to get sped up again with Emperor Thorson.
Oh, yeah, he likes to put the pedal down.
That's a snipe in JAB's deck, by the way. This would be brutal for him. So it looks to me like it's Snake Trap. So Misha could be a little bit of hope for him. Oh, Lotheb, this will add some pressure to the board, but I think he's got to go Pilot Shredder and just start pushing here. This is really his one window of opportunity.
He has to start getting something done. He has to start doing damage to SjoW and just hope that his hand isn't very good.
Now, the problem with this is that Emperor Thorson's about to get a second trigger. Like, that's a disaster situation.
Yeah, it puts Grim Patron back down to 5 mana.
Yep. There's Snake Trap. He knew it was Snake Trap too. This is sort of an interesting attack from him. And
I was going to say, what if an unstable goal came out of this? I was actually just about to say that.
Well, hang on a second now. I mean, he has the option to use his Warsong Commanders here. Like, if he plays both Warsong Commanders, he finds himself in a spot where...
Well, no, this way he gets to clear the board and gets a Grim Patron.
Yeah, it's actually... I
was actually about to say this. This would be insane if an unstable goal came out of this.
Oh my gosh. I think this is game over. I don't think there's any way JAB can actually climb back into this. This is the nightmare scenario that's happened. You know, forced to game 5, but like, what can you do from this spot? Emperor's got 2 triggers, gonna be able to trade off your Lotheb. Your opponent's got full board control. You have a dead card in your hand. I mean, SjoW can just battle rage here. 6 mana, why not?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, there's a couple things he can do, like to set up, you know, humongous turns later, but he doesn't even really need them anymore. The problem is he's going to have to trade in for this Lotheb. This Emperor Thorson is not going to live through this turn.
Yeah, I don't think this is really a problem for him. He even picks up Armor Smith to add to this. This is getting further and further out of reach for JAB at every single step of the way.
That unstable goal.
It's just so heartbreaking. I mean, what? Piloted Shredder, I mean, it does run the risk of backfiring on you. That's part of what goes into it being such a powerful minion, is that there has to be some sort of drawback. And it just, unfortunately, the drawback
web spinners now.
So devastating. You know, it does get Huffer, so maybe he gets King Crushes off of these web spinners and just keep pushing for damage.
He does like him some King Crush.
He's got to play him, though, and this is going to be more disaster for him.
Yeah, you're going to see the Warsong Commander come out and really spell disaster here.
Whirlwind gets picked up also. He's getting pretty darn close to lethal, honestly.
Yeah, if he had a Frothing Berserker this turn, the game would actually be over.
Yeah, he's got 21 points of damage available, I believe.
Yeah, what SjoW's going to do here is going to take his time to make sure he can't die. Next turn, and this Armor Smith's going to all but seal up the game.
Yeah, JAB completely out of cards, and you just got to hope that things work out in his favor. But today, it's just not in the cards. Sort of an anticlimactic finish for him. But SjoW, I mean, what a performance he's had so far in HPL. He's going to be moving up to 7-1. Monkey's not going to be enough to get into
Not this game.
Yeah, just at the end of the day, it's too much from Grim Patron. So much damage, but even that backup Grim Patron and Warsong Commander, should anything backfire.
Yeah, just gaining so much life here as well.
Yep, slam, because why not?
Yeah, he could even, if he really wants to be just the safest thing possible, he can even Whirlwind this turn just to gain a ton of life.
You know, I wouldn't be surprised to see a Whirlwind this turn either, but he's just going to add Gnomish Inventor, armor up. I mean, he's so far out of reach anyways as it is. How does JAB ever going to deal?
Yeah, Unleash the Hounds. Unleash the Hounds doesn't get it done here. It's just going to be too much in the way.
Yeah,
back
I guess Timberwolf, Unleash the Hounds would get it done. That's about the most perfect scenario that can happen. JAB draws dead though, and he's facing down too much on the board.
Yeah, the dream of the second reverse sweep looks like it has died.
A valiant effort from JAB.
Oh, absolutely.
But, you know, Piloted Shredder, sometimes it just backfires, and I'm not even sure that any minion dropped out of the Piloted Shredder would have, you know, changed the ultimate outcome of this game. It was sort of like an accelerated
process. I was gonna say, it definitely was a catalyst for this game to get way out of control very early.
Yeah. So just not enough to fight it off in the end. Wonderful game from SjoW, and just, you know, Grim Patron, this is one of the reasons why it's such a strong choice, is if you do not check this deck at every step of the way, you cannot win the game.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. The problem with playing against this deck is not only do you have to check it every step of the way, but you have to be applying pressure as well, because they play the long game very well too. They can 30 you out of nowhere.
Yeah. So second Warsong Commander and a Whirlwind to add to it. Just why not for SjoW? What a performance from him. 7-1 in HPL now. Who on earth is stopping SjoW?
I mean, we thought it might be JAB, but it doesn't look like he's going to get it done. Doesn't look like anyone can get it done here.
Wow, just unbelievable stuff from him. And we see him once again, you know, he's kind of falling into patterns, but his patterns are working very well, where he's got people on the back foot, goes for Hunter to try to close the game out. If that doesn't work, he's still got more games behind that, because again, when he's been playing Hunter, he's been ahead, and he's been ahead in every single match, basically.